What is up, gamers? We are back for another video of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and this is John D, and I'll be explaining to you guys what are Tera raids. So, Tera raids are basically kind of similar to if you have played Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's kind of like where you face a wild Pokemon in Gigantamax, but these are like Tera Pokemon. So like they're Teralized, they're crystallized Pokemon from the wild, and you have a chance to catch it. And this is where you get Herba Mystica. So you saw from that beginning video with the Dondozo, I got 3 of them. You can get more than 1 Herba Mystica. So based on the Pokemon that you're hunting for, you get a specific kind of Herba Mystica. I'll be showing you a couple of images of Herba Mystica of which Pokemon can do it. So there's like many different stars, star 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there's going to be the Black Tera raid, which is your 6-star raids, and those are the most difficult ones. Usually where you get the Herba Mystica is from stages 5 and 6 stars. So you will be seeing it on the map. It'll show you like the Pokemon type that represents the Pokemon Tera. It can be any Pokemon, so it can be hard based on the ability of the Pokemon, so be careful when you're using a specific Pokemon when encountering that Tera type. And I'll be showing you the Pokemon that you should encounter. I'll be showing you the ones that give you the specific Herba Mystic. They're spicy, they're salty, sour, sweet, and bitter Herba Mystica. Those are the main 5, but most people like to get the salty because they believe the salty is the one that actually gives you the shinies, except for the other ones. So a lot of people tend to like the salty Herba Mystica out of the 5 Herba Mystica. So I'll be showing you the Pokemon that actually give you all of the Herba Mystica. You should encounter the ones that guarantee you. Not all of them will guarantee it, but you'll get a chance of getting the Herba Mystica. So I'll be showing you the Pokemon that give it to you. Alright, so the Pokemon that actually give you more than the Herba Mysticas, any of the 5, are Gengar, Blissey, Glalie, Drifblim, Amoonguss, Electros, Dondozo, Palafin, and Satitan. They give you a 10.87% chance of getting any of the Herba Mysticas. So it's like an 11% chance. That is actually pretty good, not bad. Those are for the 5-star rates, just to be specific. And I just want to thank PokemonCast.com for providing us the image. And now for the 6-star raids, those are the ones in black, which I will show you an example very soon. We have Vaporeon, Blissey, Amoonguss, Farajuriff, Dondozo, and Satitan. Those are the ones that can give you a higher chance of getting more than any of the 5 Herba Mysticas. It can give you 1, or it can give you more than that. You get a 13.5% chance or a 14% chance, which is actually pretty good. Those tend to be a little bit more difficult, especially based on the Tera rate. So those are the main Pokemon that you should target when you're at the main game. We're not talking about the DLC, we're just mainly talking about the main game, if you do not have the DLC. So like for example, the Dondozo that you saw from the beginning of the video, that is one of them. And you have seen it, we have gotten 3 bitter Herba Mysticas. So that's a good example of the Pokemon that you should encounter. Okay, before I continue, I just want to show you what happens when I do not get Herba Mystica. So Porygon 2 is actually another Pokemon that gives Herba Mystica. As you can see, we did not get Herba Mystica, so what I'm saying here is that not every Pokemon guarantees the Herba Mystica. So be very patient when you're doing that. And also another thing I want to show you is the 6-star Tera raids, which is basically that black pile of crystals over there. That's a 6-star Tera raid. But in order to do that, you have to beat the post-game, where you do this competition that Nomona wants you to join, and you have to beat the gym leaders again. So before you can encounter those, you have to beat the post-game. And also, you'll get a message from Professor Jack, saying that there's a 6-star Tera raid and he doesn't want you to go. You have to defeat a specific amount of Tera raids in order to have the 6-star raids appear on your map. Okay, now I'm going to continue back to telling you the 5 6-star raid Pokemon that give you Herba Mystica. Okay, we're going to start with the Teal Mask first. So for the Teal Mask, on the left are the Pokemon that give you a potential chance of getting Herba Mystica, but the ones I would suggest to encounter are the ones in the box on the right. So for the 5-star rates, you have Snorlax, Dusknoir, Mandibuzz, and Basculegion. They give you a 10.87% chance of getting them. And then finally we have the 6-star rates, which we have Snorlax again, Poliwrath, and finally Basculegion again. They give you a chance of getting a lot of Herba Mystica. Sometimes the Snorlax actually gives you a lot of Herba Mystica. Like, some of them get more than... You can get all of them, or you can get more than one. But this Snorlax is very special because it gives you a lot of Herba Mystica. If you guys have encountered the Snorlax in a Tera raid, let me know in the comment section down. I'm wondering how much Herba Mystica you got. But you get a lot. Okay, and finally, we have the Indigo Disc. You have seen one of the clips from the Indigo Disc, but I will show you the Pokemon that you should encounter in the Indigo Disc DLC. Okay, so the Pokemon that you should encounter for the 5 and 6 star raids, let's start with the 5 star raids. We have Lapras, Skarmory, Kingdra, Malamar, and Minior. Those are the ones that you should encounter for the 5 star raids. And last but not least, we have the 6 star raids. We have Sandslash, Alolan form, Slowbro from the Galarian form, Muck, Alolan, Lapras, Skarmory again, Kingdra again, Porygon 2, Malamar, Duraludon, and Overqwil. So those are the Pokemon that you should encounter for Pokemon Indigo Disc. So I will give you a recap of which Pokemon you should encounter, but thanks to a person that gave us all of the images of all of the Pokemon that you should encounter in all of the areas, so the main game, Teal Mask, and of course the Indigo Disc, the new DLC. So the Pokemon that you should encounter mainly are Gengar, Lapras, Snorlax, Kingdra, Blissey, Glalie, Drifblim, Dusknoir, Amoonguss, Electros, Mandibuzz, Malamar, Basculegion, Palafin, Satitan, and Dondozo. And then for the 6 star raids, we have Poliwrath, Galarian Slowbro, Alolan Muck, Lapras, Vaporeon, Snorlax, Kingdra, Porygon 2, Blissey, Amoonguss, Malamar, Basculegion, Furry Giraffe, Satitan, and Dondozo. So those are the Pokemon that you should mainly target when you're doing your Herba Mystica farming and when you're doing the Tera raids. But if you like a Pokemon that has a specific Tera, be sure to catch it. You never know, it might come in handy. And also, there might be some special Tera raids that might appear, like for example, legendary Pokemon, like for example, last year, if you have seen Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, it also came currently a few weeks ago, but you should definitely go for those because those are pretty cool legendary Pokemon that you should encounter. Some of them are exclusive, so you might have to go and play with other people. You might have to play with your friends by getting some codes so that you can join their Tera raid and so that you can try to get the exclusive Pokemon from their side into your side. You can only get one legendary per game from each side, so like you can only get one Iron Leaf and one Walking Wake from your game. You cannot have more than one. And also, if possible, you can try to get Nintendo Switch Online if you want to get the legendaries or other Pokemon that you really want on your side. And that is pretty much what you need to know about Tera raids. If you have found something interesting about Tera raids, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be showing you a gameplay of my Tera raid. So I'll be commenting on this video clip of where I encountered the Snorlax Tera raid. And yes, I was able to find a Snorlax raid in this video. So now what we're going to do is hop into this Tera raid right here. So when you're playing alone, you're going to play with other people when you're doing this Tera raids. So all you're going to do is try to get your Pokemon low. So we're trying to get the Snorlax low. So first what we're going to do is try to do the strategic way, which is to try to increase our defenses and increase our attack. Then we'll go for the huge attack so we can do a lot of damage. So we use the Cleese and you can see that it did a lot of damage, and sometimes it does this Tera thing. This is where you have to Terralize your Pokemon in order to do a lot of damage, because even if you use a super effective type of move, it will not do that much. So you're just going to try to get as many attacks as possible, so then you get the chance of doing a Tera. Tera is kind of similar to Dynamax, where you try to like power up your Pokemon and then it does like so much massive damage. So think of it like that way, and it's not like Mega Evolution like you know in the other games or Z moves and that stuff. But it's kind of like this special mechanic, kind of similar to Mega Evolution, Z moves, and Gigantamax or Dynamax. So now we're going to Terralize this Pokemon, and let's see that my Kingambit Terralized it with its crystal form. Wow, look at that. Beautiful, and especially this is my shiny Kingambit. Amazing. Okay, when you have that same Tera type move with the same type, it's going to do a lot of damage. So you see, it did a lot of damage right there. Alright, we're gonna try this one more time. We're gonna use Katove Cleave, King Gambit's signature move. And if you use the same type with the same Tera, it's going to do double the amount of damage. See, we're just doing a lot of damage. That is actually awesome. And sooner or later, we will be beating this King Gambit. I mean the Snorlax in no time. Alright, this should do it. Okay, see, what happens here is that once you have done, when you break that barrier, it's going to break it. Now you can do so much damage, especially with your Tera. Now it's going to do a lot of significant damage. Alright, this is it. This is the end. Farewell, Snorlax. It's over. There we go. We have defeated Snorlax. And once you defeat it, now you have the opportunity to either catch it or not. If you do not want to catch it, then you don't have to. It doesn't affect your rewards. You just have the option to do it or not. So we're not going to catch the Snorlax. And there we go. We just got ourselves we got 2 salty Herba Mystica. Let's go. Alrighty, so we are done with the hunt for some Herba Mysticas. We got a couple of them. So let me know, guys. Let me know what you think about this tutorial so far about Tera raids. And now I just have one more thing to mention before I end this video. So the last thing I want to mention is you can also do this online with other people in Tera raids. So what you do is, so I'm just going to save the game. Now what we're going to do is go click on Poke Portal, and then we go to Tera raid battle, and then you just make sure that you're connected to the internet. Once you have done that, you're going to see a list of Pokemon Tera raids that you can join. Sometimes you will not be able to join it, but you can just click on where it says check for new postings for it, and then you can join that. Hopefully you'll make it in. And also there's going to be some special events like Legendaries and Starters. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my tutorial on Tera raids and how you can farm for Herba Mystica. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys found this video very useful. And we're done for now, and this is John D, and I'll see you guys in the next video.